My name's Ian. I'm a beery traveler. Welcome to the show, the Friday night show. With me, as always, is Sean, the bartender, the marvelous bartender. And this week we've got Bradley Martin with us, otherwise known as Mass Dopamine.
Hell yeah, guys. What's up?
He's going to play a couple songs with us later. We are going to drink some beer and listen to him tell some stories as well. So the beers that we have for you tonight, we have Firemakers, Way Down Yonder, Leisure Lager. It's a little long for Sean earlier. We also have the Three Taverns 3-day IPA, which is a session style IPA. And then we've also got the first one I've seen of the season, an Oktoberfest by Dry County Brewing in Kennesaw.
I'm excited for this.
Yes. First Oktoberfest of the year, of the 2020 COVID year. Oktoberfest is still around now, so we'll bring it.
Oh, Oktoberfest.
Right. Well, welcome. Thanks for
can't be stopped.
Joining us.
Wow. This is fun. You know, I'm not much of a beer drinker, so I'll be quite newbie. I don't dabble in the craft beers, you know. My go-to beer is like a PBR or something, so today is going to be quite an indulgent. I know, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
We've got one. If you like PBR, like we've got it's in the same wheelhouse. You'll be happy.
Same
similar. Wheelhouse?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. See, I don't even know a lager, a stagger, a stagger.
Okay.
Well, stagger is what happens after the show.
Oh, there you go.
So lager. We'll start with the Firemakers, Way Down Yonder, Leisure Lager.
Oh, correct. Oh. That was peculiar.
Didn't want to.
You guys really drink the beer out of these tall ass thingies right here? Wow, look at it. Look at that color. Wow, exactly. That's a good color.
We're going to talk about it.
Wow, should I hold back on my?
I'm going to give you this.
No, absolutely, totally comment on it. So I mean, this is actually a slightly.
This is a
darker
fine
amber.
Bubbly right here.
It does have.
So yeah, it has that. Well,
it's got the champagne of beers.
Is this style of beer? Yes.
I feel it,
exactly.
Man. So, especially when I drink it out of these things. What? So are we all going to sip it at the same time?
So yeah, but what lager is a bottom fermented. Yeah, definitely has that.
Oh, that smells good. That's classic beer, I guess, right there.
Yep. So lager is definitely that. Any of Budweiser, Miller Lite, any of this.
PBR.
Really, these Yuengling. Actually, no, Yuengling I think is
a dark lager.
Yeah.
Yuengling is a dark lager.
Brown lager.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so smooth. Mm-hmm. Wow, that is some good stuff right there. Exquisite, if I may fucking say. Wait, so what's the cursing situation on here? Should I refrain?
Oh, you can swear.
Nice.
We don't.
Well,
I mean, it's 21 plus.
Yeah. I try to keep it lower.
In fact,
honestly,
I try to control myself.
Keep it classy.
If it's, I think it's funnier if you think of something else to say. But like, obviously, like I was gonna swear, but this is fan flipping, flapjacking tastic.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
But this is actually maltier than I was expecting, and not like super malty, but it makes it smoother than a Budweiser, a Miller, a PBR. This is actually has like a nice.
It gives it more.
Feel.
It gives it more of more body really to the beer than like you can't just.
Can I see
really,
the can?
Yeah.
Let me see what's going on in this can. What are they saying about this to the peoples? Smooth, clean, crisp. Facts.
Yep.
It kind of tastes like it's made out of apples for some reason, but I know it's not, which is weird.
I think that's kind of that sweetness that we were talking about, where it's compared to a regular lager. This is just a little sweeter, a little silkier and smoother.
And it has 4.8% alcohol.
Yep.
That's cool, man.
That's pretty good.
What's the normal percentage on like a beer?
Well, the average beer is 4.5%. So Miller Lite is right there at that 4.5. So.
Oh, do you want this back over there? Here. Situation.
And with it being low in alcohol, this is considered a light style beer.
Okay.
Like it's right there with Miller Lite. It probably has a little bit more calories in it.
Oh, okay.
With it being maltier.
Yeah. But honestly, take it. It's worth it.
This is good beer.
This is good beer. And this is so much more smoother and like flat, but not flat. It's not super sharp, but it's crisp.
Silky. Silky smooth.
It's like butter, but it's not like butter. It's like silk.
It's like butter,
but it's clean.
Mm-hmm.
This is sweet.
So tell us, Bradley, how'd you get started with music?
Well, I guess my mother growing up always listened to a lot of nice music like Sublime, Bob Marley, the Beatles, a lot of like, music that talks about things other than like money and like sex and things like that, like good vibration type of music and stuff. So obviously I grew up on that. And then I remember that we got like a piano in the house and I started like learning piano songs and just like remember like putting these chords that I was learning, just like absorbing them, putting them in my brain, using them in my toolbox. Then she got me like a guitar, and I remember the first thing that I learned was like the Solo to Santa Rita by Sublime. And I was dabbling mainly in like solo lead notes and stuff like that. And I put it down because I got turned off because that was like pretty restrictive, like playing singular notes, especially when you're trying to like write songs. So then I like went through school and then I started not paying attention to class and just found myself writing like poetry, because that's what like writing lyrics is without music, is poetry. So I was writing poetry, and then I would go home and I remember I was listening to Mac DeMarco and like Neutral Milk Hotel at the time. This is probably sophomore year in high school, freshman year. And I started learning how to play their songs on the guitar. So I was like learning basic chords, and I started learning how to sing and play guitar at the same time, which was recreating what I was hearing in the songs. And then it just got me into this position where I had these like chords and these chord progressions and these things that I had learned from other songs. And I just kind of wound them together in ways that I wanted to, because obviously we all hear what we hear. And sometimes, someone writes a song and we say, oh, I hear it differently, or I could have done it this way or something like that. I guess I wanted to do that, and I heard what I heard and I wanted to put it to use. So I started just like crafting these basic songs and putting them on SoundCloud. This was all very like high-pitched voice and like very before like I really figured out who I was, but I was starting to crack open something that has now led me to where I am today. And people kind of always appreciated it just because of like expressing yourself is like a good quality, like any way of expressing yourself. I mean, some people express themselves by building bridges and like doing math, which is like, I don't do that, but everybody needs to express themselves. So I don't know if that answers your question, but there we go. Here we are.
Yeah. Excellent.
That's really cool that it's you attribute your mom to kind of introducing you to music. It's both my parents separated early, and then they introduced me to music separately. And it turns out they had like a lot of the same interests. But I'll be honest, like when I think about it, like, yeah, my mom introduced me to like the Beatles and John Denver and
John Denver.
Yeah. And like just a great singer-songwriter. Maybe not the best musician in the world, but someone that I still remember, and I go, yeah. And my dad's a huge John Denver fan, so if he's watching, you too, Dad. So is there a song that sticks out? It's like kind of like one of your like touchstones. It was like a favorite song that your mom gave to you or had you listen to?
I don't know, but I remember the first time she showed me Weird Al Yankovic, and she showed me like White and Nerdy or something like that. And it kind of just changed my perception of like what music could be. And I remember that was kind of my first moment where I was like, not that I wanted to like make music or anything, but I just heard music. Cause obviously I create theories a lot, like in my free time. Like I think about concepts, and like abstracting reality is something that we've done like massively nowadays, is like abstracting concepts so that we can like live comfortably without having to get overwhelmed with all the things we use. And like even just the concept of like a song gets abstracted to the point where you don't like, you don't really like, you're just listening to it, taking it as it is, as an experience maybe. But like, I guess that was the first time that I thought about it. I was like, this is a whole other thing, but it's still music, but it's like comedy, but it's still music. And like, I hear it in my head. It's not like something I'm going to forget. Like it's still impactful. It's a story. It tells something. Yes, it's comedy. Yes, it's a joke, but like it's art and he's expressing himself. And like, also he's succeeding at it. Like he's getting financial probably revenue from it. So that's like business aspects of music and everything. That was a moment where I was like, you know, it's not all what it's cracked up to be. And then you start dabbling and looking for differences. And then you go down a whole nother, you know, it's like Weird Al Yankovic leads you to like watching Nirvana when they used to be called Skid Row, when they're like back before they did all that stuff. So I guess maybe it doesn't for everybody, but for me, it dwelled me into like a part of music that wasn't normally shown on the radio and like all that kind of stuff. And it just, you know, shout out to Weird Al Yankovic or whatever. Not
Absolutely.
And you know, I never even thought about that until you just asked me that question. So it's like, whatever, man.
Yeah. No, it's cool.
This is good beer, though.
Look at that Weird Al, and he's, you know, 70 years old and still inspiring.
He's 70?
Young. Oh,
no,
yeah.
he just turned 60.
See, okay, you're all right. There you go.
Let's say Weird Al's getting up there, though.
He is. He's spending time. Yeah. And that's another thing that amazes me. I was just thinking about that on the way here. Is like, I don't know who I was listening to, but now they're probably like old. I forgot who it was. Like I'm drinking the beer. I already forgot. But I was thinking about it, and like to be a creator or an influencer, and not an influencer in like social media ways, but like to create anything that influences anybody, and to be able to live long enough to see that creation influence like a lot of people is probably one of the most fulfilling things that a human can do, is to like have a reactional influence on other people and to not die before it happens.
Right.
Because that's what happens with creators and people who create. Because there's consumers, there's creators, there's leaders, there's followers, there's shepherds, there's sheep. You feel me? And
let's not forget administrators. I don't know what they do, but it's worthless.
Oh my goodness.
Well, let's move on to the
and that's
next
how
beer.
Sean died.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
So this one is the 3-day IPA from Three Taverns Brewing.
Bum, bum, bum. So is this the same thing as what we just drank, except a different? Is this the same
Nope,
concept?
this is actually an ale. So this is the yeasts are different. They use
yeasts.
So with a beer like the first one that we had is a bottom fermented, and it's also brewed in colder climates.
The first one.
Yes.
Okay.
So you brew it at a colder temperature. Ales you brew with yeast that thrive at a higher temperature.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you
Like
brew
right
this
around
at a little
74
bit more.
degrees to 78
So what
degrees.
what are the textbook differences of like taste and like, are there color differences? What do I expect? Okay, so that kind of already looks like, based off of what I'm looking at here.
It's
like I said, I know nothing about beer, man. So this is
it'll look the same, but you're going to get a lot more hoppier notes.
hoppier, huh?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
The hops really
Look
kind
at
of...
these beautiful glasses. I am
you can-
so happy with these glasses, man. What the hell?
Yes, it's got like a yellow-orange hazy to it.
Yeah,
not
this is
quite as
definitely
heady.
more of a malnourished urine than the
Like,
other one.
smell it now. Smell this one.
Okay. Oh, see, that has so
Yeah.
much more of a
More-
like a.
so this is...
It's not citrus. It's like a
It's citrusy. Yeah, you get that from hops.
mango almost, pineapple.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So this is
like a Starburst.
Amarillo and Mosaic hops. So Mosaic hops, we've talked about that a lot on the show with Mosaic hops. They're very floral. They're very tropical.
Oh,
They give you
this
a lot
is
of the-
good, man.
Yeah.
See, that's sharp. That's sharp. It has like, it's perfumey. It's very perfumey.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Weird. So it smells, I think, hoppier than it tastes. Like this is...
I agree.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste that hoppy. It's still very smooth.
If you stick your nose in there, you're waiting for a big thing. But it is a session
It was.
style.
You're waiting for it just to fall out of the pan. It's just like,
Oh.
But it is a session style, so they probably do strip it down a little bit.
Mm.
They probably...
Yeah, it's a 5.3%.
Uh-huh. It does say it's double dry hopped, so they are doing the... So when they say dry hopped is when they add hops to the beer after it's been gone through the fermentation, and they add more hops later on. So you get more of that hoppy flavor to it.
But it hasn't been taken away through like the brewing process.
But I'm wondering if they add more water after they do that.
I don't know, but this is
If that
this
does.
is a I mean, this is great. I'm telling you, I've never had beer like this. This is like, this scene is like the craft beers, what they say. Is this IPA?
IPA.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had IPAs before, craft beers. I think one of my ex-girlfriends, she was about it. I never really dabbled into it. Shout out to Hannah.
Hey, Hannah.
Hannah.
Right. Right? We should also make sure we say hi to your current girlfriend then.
Yes.
At some point in the show.
Oh my goodness, if she's watching.
Hola, Alicia.
My current girlfriend doesn't dabble on Facebook and like Instagrams and stuff like that. So, you know, which is great.
So you're off the hook. Yeah.
The only reason that I'm on.
You skip forward when you show it to her later on YouTube.
It's a. Oh no, guys! Yeah, this is horrible.
We're at like 15 minute now, so
all right.
Skip ahead 15 minutes.
First
part was
lame.
I'll have to pre-watch it beforehand. Maybe you should edit that part out. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. It's not that deep, guys. Don't.
Oh yes.
we're a live show.
We're a live show, man. Hey, can somebody cut that out real quick? Thank you. Can somebody bleep that? So is Ty still over here right now?
So Ty, our director, is watching the show. He'll be controlling the cameras. Shout out to Ty. But normally he doesn't cut in during the show.
Happy birthday on Sunday. Shall we clink for Ty?
Yeah.
There we go.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday, Ty. Yeah. Boom, man.
So I wanted to ask. You kind of mentioned some of your childhood music. You mentioned. Well, you mentioned something about being newer out here, but I also, read some of your bio. Not all of it. I'm not that thorough. So I think you're from Cali originally?
Yeah.
Or recently?
That's in my bio. I didn't know that was in my bio. But yeah, I guess I was born in like Orange County, California, which is right next to Long Beach and Huntington Beach and stuff like that. So I didn't live there for that long. I lived there until maybe like 3 or 4 or 5 or something like that. Definitely nothing. I have like one memory of like eating cheese balls in the back of it, in the back part of a truck with my mom and her friend driving down the beach road. But that's like of me really young. And then we moved to Colorado for a little bit. Then we settled down in Georgia for most of, all of ever since I've been alive so far. So that was probably around like 10, 9 or 8, something like that. I moved over here. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, we've been here ever since. Haven't really been doing much. Went through high school and stuff. Started playing music after, I guess music related fun fact about Bradley Martin, Mass Dopamine, is that I originally first got turned on to like people, like bands, like the band scene. I originally got turned on to that by these younger kids at my high school. So I used to, senior year was when I really like found myself or whatever, I guess you could say. I really got comfortable in my whole skin and shit like that. I'm 21 right now, so I'm like still pretty young.
Right, you're still finding yourself. You wait till you're like 28, then you'll be like, "Oh, fudge."
Yeah, for real, I guess.
What the fuck did I say on that show when I was 21?
Yeah, I'm gonna be like looking at this show. I'll be like the Booty Traveler when Bradley was still finding.
And like at that point, like we'll have white hair. We'll be like, "Yeah, Bradley."
Yeah, really.
No, so you say finding yourself in music, like that sounds like a pivotal moment.
So basically, I started carrying my guitar to school, and on the bus, and obviously, there was some, there was kids who sometimes would play guitar next to the vending machines and like try to play some like songs to smooth some girls. Like that's a thing that happened. And like, that's whatever, like cringy or whatever. So like I had to like face these like like people just look at me like, who are you? Why are you carrying a guitar through the school? Like, where are you going? So I started like during lunchtime, I would eat my lunch in the library and then would immediately go outside to this like spot in the back of the school outside where there was like no people. Usually it was like a bush and some benches, and I would just like practice my music until lunch was over. But I would like carry my guitar with me. So like, it was pretty weird. I had dreadlocks at the time. So I was like, visually showcasing to everybody that I was not like them. And I was okay with that. And like, no one's going to fuck with me. And nobody did fuck with me. And like, I was kind of friends with a lot of people, and I met these younger kids. Obviously I was never a stigmatic person. I never judged, because obviously I was a peculiar person to other people. So I embraced other peculiar people, weird people. I guess I was trying to always be like the person to support other people who visually weren't supported or socially weren't supported. And it kind of led me to coming in contact with these younger kids through like classes and stuff. It actually started with Spanish class with my old drummer, Zach. And he showed me after school to come over to his friend's house, and they were practicing with their band, PV23. And they were practicing with their band, and I was just like, holy shit, I want to go over there and play music with them. But I didn't know how to play music, so I just had to sit there and like watch them do what I want to do, pretty much. And like literally right after that, and this was right around the same time when I had just started singing the covers of like Mac DeMarco and Nutrimuc Hotel with my acoustic guitar. So I was like very in like, I'm about to start doing this. This is fun. I like it. It makes me feel happy. And I really want to play music with other people and write songs and be in a band and stuff like that and play live. So I had to go on this journey of like getting as good as they were at that time. And once I got there, they were already like so good, but I was able to start a band with them. And after I graduated, we started the Sphinxes, which is, we have like 2 songs on Spotify. We broke up after playing for like a year, house shows at my house and like some shows at Smith's Old Bar, Furnace 41. So there's like videos on YouTube of it. We had really nice songs, but they were really like jam bandy, and they were really about that. And I guess I didn't have the skill at the time to like be a jam band, be a productive part of a jam band or something like that, because I didn't know how to solo over these chord progressions. I didn't know how to like figure out where I wanted to place what I heard. So I had to once again go through this journey of like bringing myself up to par with what I wanted to do, which I guess everybody does. You embark on a journey, and then you realize that you succeeded, but there's a next step. So then you have to work on that next step, and you can't do that next step till you do that next step. So it's like, it's led me to where I am now, where I am by myself recording I'm a multi-instrumentalist, I guess you could say. So I play drums, piano, bass, guitar, I sing, I play like concert instruments because I was in concert band in school.
There you go.
So I record all of my instruments at home by myself in my basement as of right now. Which has turned out to be really good for my creativity, because when you play with other people in a band, and because even in the Sphinxes, I had written most of the songs prior words, but when you bring something to somebody else, obviously the lead guitarist is going to figure out a solo, and they wrote that solo, but on top of your song. So then the song kind of becomes like everybody's song. And then when you're writing new songs, somebody always has to bring something to the table. And then that person always has to give up some of what they expected to come from it, because everybody else sees something else in it. And right. I'm not really currently able to do that, I guess. Give away some of the creativity.
Yeah, well, right now is weird. Although I'll be honest, like the internet kind of gives you a lot of avenues to explore collaboration.
Facts.
But there's nothing wrong with taking a year, let's say this one, and being like, you know what, I'm going to work on my own stuff. I'm going to figure out how I like things, because then when you go into collaboration, you can really just bring yourself and say, hey, this is me. And they can go, all right, cool, let me take that and spin it. But like, if you don't have a full form of yourself, then, what's that going to do when you're in the creative process? If you can't be a solid individual and have an opinion, then it's harder to actually bounce off of each other. So that sounds like an awesome place to be.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's been nice. Like I said, I've been making music for a minute, and it's been chugging along pretty steadily. So people around me have seen the growth. I've seen the growth, and it's pretty convincing to the point where I am still obviously making music, and I'm still pursuing making my music better. Obviously, recording music in my basement leads to not having the most polished, nice sounded music, but it's not really... It's a confusing thing. It's a confusing thing, because especially right now,
recording in the basement.
No, there's nothing wrong with recording in the basement. Obviously, I do it.
I mean,
but
I have fuzzy walls, but
yeah. See, you're lucky. You have fuzzy walls. Look at you. I have moving blankets on my walls, which
missing ceiling tiles.
Yeah, obviously this is fine.
Well, that's why I get room tone from you.
To a consumer, it gets difficult.
Right. You could use my sound booth if you want. It's not that big, but
Dude, I appreciate it.
yeah, man.
Let's move to the next one.
So
the
next
first
beer, yeah.
one I found of the season. So it's the season everybody starts brewing Oktoberfest. So Oktoberfest is really through September and October.
Okay.
And it's a Marzen style beer. So it's going to be
a margarine.
Marzen. Uh-huh. So it comes from Germany.
What is Marzen?
It's the
German for March.
Process?
Huh?
So it's a March beer. So you start making the beer in March, and then it's ready for Oktoberfest in the fall. So they call it a Marzen beer. Ooh, look at that! Look at that!
Definitely.
I like this last beer that we just had. This last beer is good. Although since it's a little sharper. Wow! Look, we got ourselves a darkie over here. Nice.
This one
is nice and amber.
This one is going to be more that style that you get with a Vienna lager.
Oh, so it smells like
the malts are roasted.
It smells almost like honey.
Yeah,
that's what I'm getting.
Like coffee notes in there too, though.
Oh, really?
Roasted.
Definitely some roastation going on.
Yeah.
Like a apricot almost. I kind of feel apricot-y, but it's not there. It's not there, but there's something like it.
Or almost like a really strong tea.
Yeah, it's like a really strong tea or something. I don't know.
Now, Dry County also, the brewer there, he likes to get real, like he does spirits. He does all sorts of stuff. So he's very particular about his brewing styles.
This is unique. This is like, it is like, when you taste it, it is spicy. It is kind of...
Spicy? Oh my goodness, I'm excited. I haven't even taken my first sip yet.
Yeah. I immediately want a bratwurst.
Wow, it's not as carbonated as the other ones.
Yeah, well, it's a little heavier. The malts are heavier on this one. Again, this is going to be the style of the first beer rather than the ale, so a colder.
I want to say this is like it's almost like he got the taste of sweet tea into a Marzen.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know how I would feel about running with that. If somebody told me that this was like the sweet tea. Wait, you said the sweet tea.
No, but I see what he's saying. It's like that tea hint of it, and like a little bit of lemon, a little bit of in which lemon is very well known for
lemon,
like a German style Riesling is you're going to get.
It's very Rhiny. It's very Rhiny.
Right. I mean, it's still beer first, but like definitely some of the notes are what make me think of as a sweet tea. It's maltier, it's a little sweeter.
Like a Lipton. It definitely has a Lipton vibe to it.
It's brisk, is what I'm trying to say.
Brisk. The brisk of Germany.
Brisk, baby.
No, but it's very good.
It is.
Oh,
it's a
by the
little
way,
bit more, I guess, drier. I guess, if that makes sense.
Bradley, I also did add the note just because I briefly flashed over to the comments on Facebook and out of Zoom. Your mom is watching, so.
Oh, hey, Mom. What's up?
She said something about the cheese balls, and I was like, oh, sweet.
Hey, there you go. See, I'm telling you, it's a real thing with Jennifer in a truck.
Jen Ori, I think is what she said, yeah.
Jennifer Ori, yeah, that is her name. Yeah, it's my mom's best friend or something like that. I don't know. Maybe she has multiple best friends. I don't know.
One of her BFFs.
One of my girlfriends.
All right. Well, you're gonna play a song for us, right?
Right now?
It's time.
Is it time?
We'll take some music.
It's about that time.
It's time for music.
Yeah.
Ty,
I stand up. Ty, how do you feel?
Let's do it. Go switch that camera around, Ian.
Oh yes. I'm on
the
camera duty.
So you're saying after I sing a song, we're gonna do cocktails?
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. Man, these IPAs were so good. I can't get over it because I wasn't about it, I guess.
These IPAs now.
If you guys don't mind, I'm just gonna pull up
I'm muted over here.
Make sure you unmute Bradley, please. Well, as Bradley gets set up, hopefully someone unmutes him. Ian, unmute Bradley. Live shows. Well, everyone, Bradley, as soon as he gets unmuted, will start playing a song. My goodness, that's just kind of sad. Let me type really quickly into Zoom chat. Maybe he'll unmute him. Maybe he won't. There he goes. Yeah. Now Ian sees it. There we go.
Are we better now?
Can you hear me? Yes.
The hills are alive.
Okay.
Yeah.
So should we all just
I'll shut
take
up
a
now.
second to relax and just realize that, we're kind of evolved monkeys, right? And one of those evolved monkeys is about to sing a song. All right. This song is called You. It's on Bandcamp underneath my Mass Dopamine stuff. It's on a demo tape right now, and a demo tape meaning demonstrational tape. So I'm going to re-record it in a better way. Not to give any excuses or anything. It's still a good song. It's recorded well. But here it is, just me live. After drinking 3 IPAs, little
You're
things.
You're on half beers.
Half beers. I'm on half beers.
You didn't even finish them, so you're
I know.
good.
No, I know I'm good, but I'm telling you, I'm not normally a drinker, so it's still got giggly. But I'll start. Here you go. Mass Dopamine, You, live with the Beery Traveler. I listen to what I don't even like. I taste foods that I've never tried before. I won't ever make excuses. I won't ever talk so loosely. I wear the shoes you like. I wear the clothes you want. I won't ever mess up. I won't ever mess up. Yeah. I wanna break down and tell you what's wrong, but I feel scared that something's gone wrong with you. To tell you it's okay and that I feel fine. Tomorrow at 8, I won't remember what is wrong with me. Wrong with me.
Very good.
Thank you.
Yes.
So do I just
I'm unmuted. I'm
just
unmuted.
come back and sit down now?
Yeah, come on, hang out.
Yeah,
We'll
man.
drink these cocktails now. I'm gonna meet.
Oh, well, again, there we go.
Unmute.
Unmute. Beautiful. Oh, he muted again.
What's going on?
So we can hear stuff.
There
we
we
can
go.
hear Sean. You hear
I can-
Sean now.
You can hear me. I can hear you. It's
It
beautiful.
was zodiac sign, are you?
This guy?
Yeah.
Pisces.
Oh, okay, cool beans. What's up, man? I'm a Taurus. Do you know what zodiac sign you were?
I am a Libra.
Oh, shout out. Yeah. Gangster.
I appreciate that response because I was at work a couple weeks ago and one of the people we work with came in and she just kind of looked at me and said, "Hey, what sign are you?" I said Pisces, and she just looked at me and said, "Oh God, you're a mess."
I don't know. Yeah, you probably are though, aren't you?
I'm creative, sir.
Yeah, there you go. See, there you go. Yeah.
Now, my office outside of the sound booth is atrocious, but it's a creative mess.
Yeah, my workspace is an absolute mess as well.
I'm usually pretty messy. I cleaned up pretty good today, though.
That's good. Yeah, it looks fine.
I did pretty good, I think, downstairs today.
You did. I will have to do that.
I've even done more since you've seen it, Sean.
Okay. I know. That's pot calling the kettle black. I know.
Yeah.
There's like half my audio equipment is on the floor right now.
Yeah.
So it is cocktail time.
Cocktail cam.
Let me move some of this stuff away.
Cam.
Right? All right, I'm going to finish a little bit of my Oktoberfest right there. So I have 2 cocktails for us this week. Then they are both original cocktails, not based on anything, except for the fact that one of them we used mead last week, so I wanted to use the rest of my mead this week, and we're calling it the Honey Badger.
What is mead?
Mead is a wine made from honey, so it's a fermented honey wine.
So it doesn't have gluten in it?
Correct.
Well, that's handy, because like I told you, well, I guess I'm fine on the gluten stuff now, but I was having gluten sensitivities earlier. So is this pre-mixed right now?
Yeah, it's pre-mixed.
Okay.
So yeah, for those of you playing the home game, the cocktails are pre-mixed. But what the Honey Badger is about an ounce of mead.
Is this one the up one? Am I using the reservoir on this one, or am I using
This is the rocks one.
Okay.
I'm going to put a little extra mead in there since I have it.
So isn't that thing called a jigger right there that you're using?
It is. It is called a jigger. You're correct.
And there are... Remember, Sean, we're teaching tonight.
Yeah, you're teaching tonight, man. Okay. You really got to...
So this is one of my more favorites, and we actually use this at a restaurant too. But most jiggers, of course, are double-sided. They do make single-sided ones. And this one actually it's an ounce on one side, 2 ounces on the other. But there's lines in here from anything from half ounce, 3/4 ounce, ounce.
On the inside.
And then on this side, 1.5 ounces, 2 ounces. Mm-hmm. So it really lets you get just about every measurement you're going to need.
Huh.
And this is actually called, and probably will be changed soon, an Oriental jigger. And I actually don't know the origin of naming it that, but that is what it's currently called. So after
that it's called that.
You've been keeping it to yourself, man.
All right, so we get the ounce. I add a little extra mead, but 1/2 ounce triple sec.
Oh man, I want to taste it already, but we can't, can we?
1.5 ounces of bourbon.
We'll wait.
And then a splash of lemon juice.
Lemon juice.
See. Now I'm going to shake it and strain it over fresh ice in a rocks glass.
Sounds like a move.
Woo. Oh, it smells good.
Yeah, let me smell it. Is this mine right here?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm going to switch video right quick so I can cheers you. There we are.
Oh, you already got yours fixed? Can we cheers right now? Is this the drink?
Yeah. Cheers.
There you go. There you go, man.
Mm.
So what is this called? Wow.
This is called the Honey Badger.
The Honey Badger. Oh, yeah. It's got almost like a ciderish quality to it.
A little bit cider. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of...
What is that right there? I feel like I taste that right there.
This?
Yeah. Is that in it?
No, this is not in it. This is just Daddy's little stash.
This is Daddy's little stash.
That's Daddy's that's your rye, isn't it?
Redo the ingredients in here.
Surely. I was taking a picture of the cocktail for later. So this is mead, triple sec. So mead, the honey wine, triple sec, which is an orange liqueur. bourbon, and lemon juice.
Holy shit, bro. Well, one thing I could tell you is I guess it's not really strong, but it definitely has that taste of.
It's strong.
It's strong. It's strong.
These are the kind of drinks that will sneak up on you.
Yeah,
so
this one.
Be careful.
That's what I do. You know what's weird there? Like, this very much reminds me of a glazed sourdough donut. If you've ever had one.
I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but it kind of makes me feel like I'm drinking like a skunk that dressed up to go to a ball.
Yeah, that's what a honey badger is, basically.
That's what a fucking honey badger is, right there.
Yeah. You nailed it. You got me.
And sports fans all know this. The honey badger takes what he wants.
The honey badger takes what he wants. I mean, even in real life, honey badgers are gangster, bro.
This is true. Are you guys ready for round 2? You don't have to finish the first one. Whoa, there's 2 cocktails.
So are they 2 different types of cocktails? What's going on here?
So basically, I just went with bourbon this week. I felt like bourbon. I wanted to use the honey wine, but I was already working with that. So I went from doing a honey wine actually, and this is the one I explained before the show, of actually just thinking of music. I was kind of in my happy zone, and I was thinking of Putting on the Ritz by Taco. So this one is called the Ritzy Taco after Taco. So again, we're going to use our shaker, and this one's going to be served up. So we're going to shake and strain everything out. I'm going to add a little extra ice back in here.
Mine's got a little built-in strainer.
There you go.
So this is going to use the color that I like to see.
This is going to use 2 ounces of bourbon. There we go. We're going to use a ½ ounce of Kirschwasser, which is a cherry liqueur.
That's the one I don't have over here.
Yeah, sorry.
Otherwise, we'd be making them right here in front of you.
Right. And now the original recipe that I wrote down and sent to you, Ian, I put a ½ ounce of Luxardo. I'm actually going to use just under a ½ ounce because the flavor of Luxardo is so pronounced and strong. I wanted to use a little bit less after making it a couple times.
And it's expensive.
It's really expensive for what it is. I mean, it is good, but it doesn't take much. So we've got our bourbon, our Kirschwasser, our Luxardo, and then we're going to do 2 dashes of Peychaud's bitters, which I know the lighting's kind of screwing with that, but there's our Peychaud's bitters, which is kind of an orange bitters, really popular.
With like hot sauce.
Right. And then our classic Angostura bitters, which
droppers that you use too.
You don't have Daubers? Right. Oh. So 1 dash of Peychaud's.
Peychaud's.
We're going to shake and strain that.
That's the Angostura.
What's that?
You just put the Angostura in, not the Peychaud.
I put the Peychaud's in.
Yeah. Well, I saw you do that, but you said Peychaud when you were using the Angostura.
I apologize if I said Peychaud's and I put the Angostura in. I put the Peychaud's in before that, too.
The right bitters, please. Don't confuse our audience.
All right.
I can smell
there we go.
There's cherry in here?
Oh, yeah. The cherry liqueur.
The Kirschwasser is a cherry liqueur, yes. So back to the regular. And this, it's our Ritzy Taco.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Clink.
Ritzy cherry taco.
Oh, shit, bro. Whoa, that one made my nipples hard real quick.
That'll get you drunk.
Yeah, bro. Woo!
That's all I know how to do.
It's like a light Manhattan.
I don't even know what Manhattan is, bro.
Again, so when I think of Putting on the Ritz, I swear that that's what Taco's singing about, is like living the high life in Manhattan. So I was like, bourbon, Manhattan, taco, yes.
in a liquid.
In liquid form, and plus it's kind of that pink flavor.
I was expecting tequila on this one though.
No tequila.
Like a tequila Manhattan or a mezcal Manhattan. Oh, Sean's stirring.
Huh? Oh, no, I was trying to set it up there because I keep forgetting to take pictures during the show of the cocktails. So I'm like actually remembering today. Like, all right, there we go. Zooms in the background. Bam. Pictures That's for Instagram later. Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, man.
Dude, if my girlfriend didn't work today, if my girlfriend didn't work tomorrow morning, she would have loved this, bro. She'd be drinking all this fancy shit. She'd be liking it.
Here, save yours then.
Really?
And we'll funnel it back in here.
And then we'll close it?
And we can probably recap it.
We can crimp it?
Or we can put it in a mason jar.
Mason jar, gang.
There you go. Mason jar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work.
Jars are cool.
Plus, it's already pre-shaken now, so it's already like diluted correctly. So you just refrigerate it. Yeah, and you'll be good to go.
Oh, there you
absolutely.
go.
We'll even do that
So
for you.
Is that the rest of it?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
So you got it.
Nice.
We'll get you taken care of later.
Oh, look at them.
Yeah.
Go play some music.
Yeah, right.
Oh, it's time for song number 2.
Dance too.
That's funny.
Well, with that segue, you really do have another song for us, right?
Yeah, I do. At least I think so.
Let's do it. You can do it. You can do it.
Take a sip of my Sprite.
There you go. Pace yourself, son.
Mm.
We're learning, these kids. You know, we're old men. I'm like twice your age. You know that, right?
Yeah. No, I guess I don't know for sure, but
yeah, he's like,
more than twice.
Like, yeah, I know. You're
he's
like my
yeah.
grandfather.
Okay, so we're good on this camera over here?
Yep. All right. So we're
you got to realign it, but yeah.
Realign.
I'm holding in urine right now. It's my bladder.
That's the name of the song, by the way.
Mute! Mute!
Got it. Oh, sorry. Saved by the flick of the finger.
My friend Flicker.
I've got a finger I can flick.
All right, so the name of the song is 20 Hours. And this is older. I wrote it a longer time ago than the song that I just played before this. It's kind of been described as a nostalgic summer song, like romance or something like that. So enjoy. 20 hours waiting for you to call. Standing in line at our post at the top of the mall. I got 40 seconds till I gotta go. 9 times out of 10, I just don't. I was wrong, you were right, I face my fears and stand up to you every single night. All my friends and all my fears and all your ghosts totally remembering chemical. So I'd like to tell you something now. 20 hours to say is not long. I wanna get closer to your face now. But you weren't there in your shell.
Yeah.
Thank you. That song is on Bandcamp, recorded nicely with normal rock instrumentals, drum, bass, guitar, vocal, electric guitar, fun things.
Rock on, man.
Turn around.
All right. Mute the one.
Yeah, and mute the other camera. Or Ty can do that too.
Look at us. Look at us. Look at us, amateur basement people.
Feedback.
There we go. Ty got it.
We did
Sweet.
it.
Thank you, Ty.
We made it.
Awesome. We made it to the end of the show.
Yeah, we're here.
Yay!
So that means that it is time for shameless plugs.
And pure stuff.
John, you go first.
Oh, I get to go first. Excellent. Well, first of all, the Beery Traveler schlepping of things. First of all, like, share, follow, tell your friends, tell your enemies. We are on Facebook, fb.me/. Don't interrupt me. fb.me/Beery Traveler. Instagram, _Beery_Traveler. On Twitter, Beery_Traveler. Thank you to Essentia Water because they donated some water that I'm still drinking. Ty, the director, for telling us how to look better and how to sound better. All of you for watching. For Bradley, for coming on and performing music and sharing his craft. I really appreciate it. Also, if you really like him, we posted his Cash App info on the bottom, and he'll reiterate it in a minute. Also, next week, I won't be here because DragonCon, the conference I've been speaking at in their new media track, doing stuff like this for the last 5 years, has gone digital this year, and I happen to have a panel right after our showtime would be, which means it just kind of overlaps and I can't make it. So
he's busy. He's too busy for
right
us.
Before and after the show on Friday at 2 p.m., I'll be doing a panel. It's the DragonCon New Media and Podcasting track. I'm on Be Our Guest at 5 p.m. on What's Your Recording Rig. At 10 p.m., right after this show, Bard Talk. We'll be doing some Shakespeare scenes, but randomly selected with actors. And then on Saturday at 8 p.m., I'll be from inception to posting your podcasts. And on Sunday at 3 p.m., getting started with digital media. So basics of how do I plug in the thing and how do I record the stuff. So all weekends, I'll be doing some DragonCon stuff, and I would love for you to be there sharing that experience with me digitally in nerddom. Bradley, take it away.
Shameless plugging time for Bradley.
Yes.
Basically, I operate on 2 social medias, Instagram and Facebook, which technically are owned by the same company. Intermingled. So, at mass.dopamine on both of those accounts. And currently, both of the songs that I performed right now are they're like online to be heard at Bandcamp. And if you go to Mass Dopamine on Instagram or Facebook and click the website that we have in the About section or the bio, there's a link tree over there that will get you to the link to Bandcamp or Spotify or YouTube. There's multiple things. On YouTube, we post, there's videos of my old band on there, the Sphinxes. There's videos of the first house show I've ever performed at. There's videos of current, songs and stuff like that. So keep in touch that way. And I'm working on new music to record The demo tape is getting redone. So, all these fun things.
What's your Cash App account?
Oh, yeah. If you want to, send me virtual money to put in, my underpants or something like that.
Yeah.
My Cash App.
Virtual stuffing. Now, remember, he'll pick it up with his butt cheeks, but it's got to be 50s or more.
Yeah, there you go. You heard it here first. Cash App is $ John Mayer's left nut. No spaces, no dots, one word. One person. This guy. $ John Mayer's left nut.
There you go.
You know what? Everyone's got to be someone.
Everyone's got to be someone. You know what I'm saying? And nobody else is.
Hey, shoot for the sky, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me tell you this. Hey, everybody's got to pee. So let's say, hey, we're good times.
Everyone's got to pee.
We're looking for good times and great beers. We'll see you next Friday on the Beery Traveler. I'll be here. Sean won't. I guess Ty will not be as well. So I'll be trying to run solo. You may just see me with a flashlight in my face on Facebook Live next week.
Telling spooky stories.
Hey, look at this beer. But I'll get something going for you. Maybe TC will join us. Maybe not. I'm calling him out.
Our musician next week will be Jason Von Stein, also a local Atlanta musician. So
Maybe
he'll at least be joining you.
Know how to run the show. Yeah, there you go.
Well,
thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week, somehow, some way. I'm the Beery Traveler. Thanks again, Sean. Thanks again, Bradley Martin.
Yeah.
Mass Dopamine.
Mass Dopamine.
We'll see you on the after show.